The fundamentals of the US dollar are terrible. And everyone who's got a portfolio, and there's about $100 trillion under management by portfolio managers around the world, and that game is basically asset allocation. You're allocating your portfolio to avoid risk and get the biggest return you can. And the dollar is being downsized. People are moving out of the dollar. They're moving into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now considered to be a safe haven.
Let's explore how Bitcoin's rise challenges the traditional financial systems and what this could mean for your investments. We're witnessing a paradigm shift where the once unchallenged dominance of fiat currencies, like the dollar, is now being questioned. Is this the end of the fiat currency as we know it?
Bitcoin is now considered to be a safe haven. It's considered to be a risk-off investment, which is incredible because when we started back in 2011, when it was $1, it was considered to be the most speculative play in history, right? And now it's considered to be the safest asset in the world, safer than bonds. It's less volatile than bonds in 2023, safer than the property market. Property market's collapsing. The dollar is it's the cleanest shirt at the laundry, right? It's a fiat money, but it's on a relative to these other fiat monies, it's the less worst option. But eventually, it too will go this way of all fiat money. So fiat money we're at the end game for fiat money, which was like a 300-year experiment. And then in 1971, of course, we went on all fiat money for the world when Nixon closed the gold window. We're moving toward a post-fiat money, post-central bank, post-nation state world. These huge office buildings that were bought for $300 million are going on sale for $30 million. It's like the biggest markdown in commercial real estate. It's unbelievable. And of course, that commercial real estate is the collateral that holds together all the banks that make all those loans. That's their primary business, is making real estate loans. So that means the balance sheet of all the major banks are severely impaired, which means they're going to have to get a massive bailout, which means going further into debt, which means interest rates are going to go even higher, which means the dollar is going to be continuously under attack. And nobody wants the dollar. Nobody wants the U.S. Treasury bonds. And into this mix is Bitcoin as a safe haven play. It separates money from state. It's unconfiscatable. It's cheap relative to gold. Total addressable market for Bitcoin is 400 trillion, because that's the total size of the pot of financialized assets on planet Earth. In the US, you have something like 90% of the wealth is now concentrated in 5% of the population or less. And that trend toward feudalism is getting sharper. So you'll have 99% of the wealth will be in the hands of 0.01% of the population. So you're back to feudalism. You're back to lords and serfs. So then those people will build very tall walls, and they'll live in those gated communities with their own armed militias. And they'll say, oh, hey, you've got $10,000 in your account. We're going to convert that to a CBDC and give you 100,000 of the CBDC. And you're like, wow, that's awesome. I'll take 100,000 of your CBDC. Thank you. But, within 6 months, the purchasing power of that 100,000 in CBDC will be less than the purchasing power of the 10,000 you gave up to get the CBDC. You'll be a lot poorer because they'll print at an accelerated rate. The CBDC will be printed at 10 to 20 times the rate that they're even printing the dollar. So it's a recipe toward hyperinflation. And it's a very strong surveillance technology. So it'll be impossible to really not be part of what I call the casino gulag at that point. The guys at the top will be living in their castles and flying around, but that's the transition that's happening right now.
And as the Max pointed out, the rise of the CBDCs and their potential impact on wealth distribution and privacy raise critical questions. The scenario Max describes, where wealth is concentrated and societies divided into digital haves and have-nots. It's not just about finance, it's about the future shape of our society. What are your thoughts on this transition? Are we heading towards an era of digital scarcity, or is a different type of scenario coming? Please subscribe and like and share with your friends so as many people as possible learn about Bitcoin and what is going on in the financial markets. Until next time, be safe and take care.